Have you ever asked yourself why those huge elephants that are so big, so strong, and so powerful never try to escape even though just this tiny rope is around their ankle? Well, it's because of this one. I mean, like not the HDMI cable, but that's the best thing I was able to find right now. But as they happen to a little baby elephant, a tiny rope has been put around their ankles, which was then tied to a pail which was buried deep into the ground. And the baby elephant tried to get out of that. He was trying relentlessly with a lot of power. He has been screaming, he has been fighting. But at some point, he gave up because he realized that there is no way he can escape this rope. And as he grows older, this rope is still holding him back. Even though he now has the power and the ability to easily get this pail out of the ground, he still doesn't, because he's been conditioned to believe that he is not able to get out of this rope. And even though they're huge and humongous and so strong and so powerful, this belief sticks with them for the whole life. And they have been conditioned to believe that they are not able to get out of this rope. So with that said, in today's video, I want to talk to you about limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs, false beliefs, negative beliefs, things that you got conditioned to believe since you have been a little child, and why you need to get rid of a lot of those beliefs in order to be able to live a more fulfilling, happier, and joyful life. So if that is something that you want to find out more about, then stay until the very end of this video. Hi my friend, my name is Robert Hurd and I want to welcome you to Your Best Self. The YouTube channel helps you become the best possible version of yourself, one video at a time. If you are completely new to this channel, consider subscribing if you're into personal development, becoming your best self, and living a better life in freedom, happiness, and joy. With that said, let's get into the video. Just like those elephants in the story that I just shared, which have been conditioned to believe that there's no possible way for them to escape this tiny little rope that is around their ankles, even though they have so much power and they are so strong that they could just rip out the whole pail and be free. Just like them, a lot of us, pretty much every single one of us, has been conditioned in a certain way to be having certain beliefs and certain feelings and certain thoughts. Because as a little child growing up, we are taking all those conditioned thoughts and beliefs from our surroundings. We are listening to our parents and our parents are saying us, money doesn't grow on trees. Money is a scarcity. There's not enough money for everybody. We do not have enough money to be doing this and that. Do not do this because you're gonna get harmed. No, you cannot do this. And all those things, all those incidents, we are conditioning ourselves and we get conditioned by that all the time. And those beliefs, we get so conditioned by school, by the peers that we are talking to, by the teacher that we are listening to, because we believe that some things that they say are true. We get so conditioned by the society around us, by the TV that we are watching all the time, by the web, because somebody said something, we believe it to be true. And oftentimes we do not realize how many limiting beliefs, how many negative and simply false beliefs we are carrying still with us until that day that are blocking us from living the life that we actually want to live. I remember that before getting on video, before starting my own business, one blockage that I had was that I was scared to share my opinion. I was scared to, just publish something because I was scared that other people will judge me. I was scared that people will laugh at me if I say or write something wrong. And I was like, where does this come from? Like, why do I have this belief? Why do I have this feeling that if I publish something, people will judge me? And then I went back to my childhood. I went back to the school. And because I was born in Russia, because, German is not my first language, I was so scared to be raising my hand all the time. And I was scared to give my opinion and say the answer which I thought to be true. And perhaps something happened where I was saying something so ridiculous that people started laughing. Even though it was just a funny incident, I thought that they were laughing about me. Because I was not a born, German who was able to speak German perfectly, because we moved over to Germany as I was 3 years old, so I didn't get to learn, German right away. So it was tough for me. And I think because of that, what happened to me back then, I still had this limiting belief that if I'm going to say something wrong, if I'm going to give my opinion, people will judge me, people will laugh at me. And that's why this blockage was preventing me from doing and living the life that I actually want to live. And this is a very powerful exercise, which I learned through many seminars and also on the meditation and manifestation retreat in Bali last year. And you can do that, every single time where you experience a blockage or just a false belief crawling up on you. So it works like this. Whenever you have a blockage, whenever you feel like you do not do something because of a certain belief, you first identify the block. Like, what is the block? Do I believe that I am too young to create a business? Am I too old to create a business? Am I not looking good enough to be on video? And then go into the belief system. Like, why do you believe that? Where does this belief system come from? Because oftentimes it goes way back to an incident that happened as you have been a little child, as you have been conditioned to believe certain things. And sometimes you can remember those things. Sometimes they are painful. Sometimes they are not really pleasant to think about again. Because perhaps somebody hurt you, because perhaps you got beaten up from your parents because of doing something stupid. And now you believe that if you're going to do that again, something like this is going to happen. So that's why you do not even do it. You are not even trying because you're so scared that something is going to happen because of the limiting belief that you have that got rooted into you as you have been a little child. And then the last step to get rid of this blockage and get rid of this limiting negative or false belief is to have the breakthrough. Like, what are you going to do to resolve that? What are you going to do right now in order to get rid of this block? Are you going to jump on video and do Facebook Live? Are you going to research about how to create your own online business? Are you going to start publishing a blog because you previously thought that no, you are not good enough to do that? Perhaps you do not have enough experience or knowledge to do that. And there are many limiting beliefs that we have. And if you truly sit down and write up all the stories that you keep telling yourself over and over again, you will be amazed and a little bit terrified about what you will discover about yourself. Because as we've been doing that, I literally came up with so many limiting beliefs that I had. And until this day, I'm still finding out limiting beliefs or just false and negative beliefs that have been so conditioned into my way of living that they are blocking me from doing a certain thing. But by doing that, every single time a blockage comes up or a negative belief comes up, I get to improve every single time. I get to get rid of a blockage every single time. I get to get rid of these limiting beliefs one after another. And that allows me to become my best self. It allows me to live the life that I actually want to live because now it is not holding me back. Now I have resolved this limiting belief that has been conditioned over so many different years in my past. Because of something stupid that happened back then, I am not living the life right now. How stupid is that? Like, really sit down and think about, where do I have those negative beliefs? Where do I hold myself back because of the stupid thing that happened, a while ago? Perhaps you tried to be in video and somebody gave you a nasty comment saying like, funny haircut, dude. And then all of a sudden you got so insecure that you stopped being on video because this comment hurt you. Because as we start, we want to have a little bit of encouragement, right? We want to see that we are doing things correctly. And if the first thing that we get to hear is how much we suck, this is going to bring our confidence down below zero. But you got to, see that as a way to grow, as a way to learn, as a way to expand. Because what their opinion is, it doesn't even matter. Because it won't have any impact on your life unless you give it permission to bring you down. It is up to you. So sit down, do the exercise, write down the blockage that you have, go back into the limiting belief and find out where does this come from, and then have your breakthrough moment. What are you going to do about it? Perhaps you're watching this and you have a few limiting beliefs or false beliefs that come up in your mind. Perhaps you are saying to yourself that you are too young, you are too old to start a business. You're not good enough to be on video. You do not have the right skills to create a business. Your English is broken, that's why you can't start a YouTube channel. You do not look good enough to be on video, or whatever it might be. Find out what you keep telling yourself. Find out where those limiting beliefs come from and have your breakthrough moment. And I promise you that each time you do that, you're like, hold on a second. Where does this come from? Why do I believe that I cannot do this thing? And once you do that every single time, you will be able to unleash the full potential that is inside of you. because ultimately you will resolve a blockage that is holding you back from living the life that you actually want to live and becoming the person that you actually want to become. So that is a very, very powerful exercise, an exercise that not a lot of people like to do, because sometimes it hurts to go back into this incident where you got ridiculed, where you got laughed at, where you got perhaps beaten. I know it's not pleasant, but if you think about it, those things that happened in the past are the past. You cannot change anything about them. But if you are still taking this conditioning from the past till this day, today, and let those things in the past stop you from living the life that you actually want to live, you are being stupid. Because why do you give so much power to things that have passed? You cannot change them, but you can change the way you look at those things. So go back to this incident that happened to you. See it from a new perspective. Go into this bird's eye view and truly see, like, what happened to me here? Why do I believe this to be true? And then have your breakthrough moments. Become happier. Become your best self and live the best possible life that you want to live. I promise you, your life will significantly change and improve once you apply this exercise. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comments down below, and also leave this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. With that said, I wish you a great day. My name is Robert, signing off.